Ah, shit, here we go again. I've added a settings menu which looks pretty good compared to the previous non-existing one. You can set the game graphics, even added a potato option for my fellow broke brothers. You also have key bindings, a button for quitting the game so you don't need to Alt F4 it anymore. Though chances are you still might after trying the game. And then a feedback button to tell me how bad the game is. Dialogues are now synced, so if your friend tries to flirt with an NPC, you will see it. I've added 2 new enemies, the Earth Guardian, which is some kind of mini-boss or I don't know, I didn't think it through. He can summon some minions, and also, if you get too close, he'll spank you, like the little whore you are. Then I've added an assassin, and 2 new abilities for him. One is a smoke bomb, which basically makes him harder to see, and also a spear thrust ability where he dashes forward with his spear. These abilities will also be usable by the player in the future if I add a warrior character or something like that. Earth spikes can now be destroyed because they look like they could be destroyed, so now they are. I've added a tutorial mission where it teaches the player how to use dash, melee, and how to use the 4 default abilities on the fire character, and also how to equip abilities. I've added support for widescreens, at least I'm pretty sure I did. I've added a new ability called Stone Shards, an earth ability. You right click on the ground to take some dirt and mold it into 3 shards, which float around your head, and you can also left click to throw them. They also don't get reset if we switch to another ability. I've added Scorch Ray, a fire ability. You left click to shoot 3 small lasers, which have a little bit of auto aim. And trust me, I saw your Valorant rank, you need it. I've added a bleeding effect, so things that look sharp probably are, so keep that in mind. I've improved the burning effect, now it also makes a th sound when you are burning while also spawning some fire particles. I've added fixed values for effects. For example, if you see an ability with knockback and the text is underlined, it means the knockback value is static, so it won't increase with the damage you dealt to your enemy. I've removed the public duel game mode because it was too buggy and I had no one to test with. And also, people can easily cheat, so I don't know if I should even have a public duel game mode. I've remade the Hot Guard ability. Now it's no longer a full shield, but instead it reflects back 80% of the received knockback and damage. In an explosion around the player, I've added Flame Touch, a fire ability that works like a Molotov cocktail. You throw it in one place and the fire slowly spreads. The fire expansion also gets blocked by construction. Guess what happens if you stay inside it? I've added Pebble Minigun, an earth ability that throws a ton of pebbles in one direction. I mean not like that. It works like the flamethrower on the fire character, but with higher range, and it also gives knockback. This ability was recommended by one member of our Discord group. If you have an ability idea, you can come on Discord and post them in the forum. I've added random names on NPCs. The names are either random or are the names of the people in my Discord group. If you want to have your name in the game, you can join our Discord group. I've added an FX display that stays above every entity and it displays the active effects of that entity. I've remade the loadout menu, now it's using drag and drop. And it's basically 100 times less confusing to use, but it's still the same amount of ugly. Sadly, this is the best I can do. I've replaced my shitty camera system with a popular library called Cinemachines. And now I have access to a ton of camera tricks, like cutscenes or camera shake. I've added camera shake. Now when you get damage, the camera shakes based on how much damage you received. I've added cutscenes. Now I can animate stuff. This will come in handy for the co-op story missions because I can better tell the game story, or try to. I've added a camera focus mode where I can move the player's camera and show them different parts of the map or objectives, like the wishlist button on Steam. I've added cinematic bars. Now cutscenes went from ugly to just bad. I've remade the entire previous tutorial, but this time making use of the new added systems like camera focus and cutscenes. I've also added breakable props, now every interactive object is also breakable. And also made the knockback build up in the 1v1 duel area 25% stronger, because I've been told that matches are too long and take too much time to end. And finally, I've added random breakable props on the duel map because it seems like a cool idea. That's basically it. You can try out Elementor's demo on Steam. I'll go back to work.